Hello, 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 SPTV. Welcome today. I'm very excited, very excited, and humbled that Bob Weiner has officially announced to host his own TV show on SPTV. So he's kicking off what he's going to call Focus Concord Pike, because he used to have a TV show called Focus Delaware. So Focus Concord Pike. We're going to start it off with Brandywine CAD design. They do a lot of stuff here right on 202. So he's going to introduce us to what they got going on.
Bob Weiner, your county councilman, and we're kicking off a session of featuring our Concord Pike businesses known as Focus Concord Pike. Today we're in front of Brandywine CAD Production, and we have our two guests that are going to take us on a visual tour, because this building that they have repurposed was originally the post office here on Concord Pike. Now, Concord Pike has different chapters. There was once a time when this was a 2-lane road, and when I was a kid there were just a few places to go. One of them was Linthwaite's Ice Cream, and we could also go to the charcoal pit. But now, as you see, some of the original purposes have begun to morph, and we're blessed to have this creative, innovative, sustainable business. Let's go learn more about the services offered, and then we'll take a visual tour of the building. So here we have, just happens to be a truck, but this is an important demonstrative tool because it gives us an array of the services that Jeff and Laura can explain. So let's walk past this side of the truck, and we're going to look at these services. And Jeff and Laura, tell me about yourself. Who are you?
I'm Jeff Applegate. I'm the president of Brandywine CAD.
Very good.
We've been doing this for 31 years.
Yes.
And we started doing CAD production in 1987.
Wonderful. And who is Laura? Laura, what do you do?
I'm Laura, and I'm the executive administrative assistant here.
Very nice. Well, let's take a look at these services. And for the uninitiated, uninformed, what is CAD production? What does that mean?
Computer-aided drafting. So we help architects and engineers and facility managers create drawings.
So it's like a virtual picture, a three-dimensional virtual picture of
It can be three-dimensional, it can be two-dimensional, it can be floor plans, they could be sections, elevations, anything that has to do with the building or the construction of the building.
So what is as-built drawings?
That's when we go and survey a building and create drawings that reflect the existing conditions of the building.
The 3D renderings?
Well, that would be usually for presentations. If you want to display the way something is going to look once it's built, we do 3D renderings for that.
And CAD training? Who are you training?
We're training our clients typically in the use of CAD and Revit, and we're an Autodesk authorized training center.
Very nice. Large format printing?
Yep, we do all kinds of printing and reproductions for the construction industry. Large format, small format, color, black and white.
And of course, you just explained black and white and color. Document scanning, of course, is self-explanatory.
Yes, we do a lot of document management. We scan drawings as our niche, but we can scan anything, small format, microfilm. We do a lot of document management for.
And what about laminating and mounting? What is that?
That is when you want to protect a drawing. You might want to laminate it. It gives it a clear film coating. It would protect it if you want to take it out in the field. And we mount to foam board or gator board for presentation boards.
Well, will you take us inside and show us how all the magic works?
Let's do it.
Okay. And here we are inside of Brandywine CAD. We're right next to the Shaw Antique Blueprint Machine, circa 1895. How did this one work?
This one worked by electricity. Before that, they didn't use electricity. When they made blueprints prior to this machine, they would have to use the sun. So they could only make blueprints on sunny days and during the day. When this machine was developed, they were able to make blueprints day and night, even when it's raining.
Wow. And do you have a picture behind here?
Sure, the developers love that.
A lot of, it looks like all men, which we notice now, all wearing coats and ties. And what's going on in that picture?
Well, this is old school drafting. Back in the day before we used computer-aided drafting, they would draw everything by hand using these large drafting tables. So that is basically a picture of a large room of drafters.
Okay, let's go from the 1800s now to the 21st century. That's where we are right now. What is the viewer seeing?
We are in the Brandywine CAD Production area.
And who are the folks that are working here? What do they do?
Well, this is where the magic happens. Typically on this side of the room, the folks are using CAD or Revit to create or edit drawings. And over here, our folks are doing document management, scanning drawings, creating electronic copies of the drawings.
So besides having this room, we're going to go upstairs now too?
Yes, upstairs we're expanding, so it's in under construction.
Before we go upstairs, we're taking a look down memory lane of Concord Pike back in the day. I'm going to date myself as a kid here in the 50s, and this was the Concord Pike corridor back early in the day. AstraZeneca Fairfax Shopping Center. Fairfax, of course, started in 1948. It was the first new urbanist village. And before that, it was just a big farm. If you pan up, you'll see the construction of Fairfax and the first homes. And now, as you move over, you can go to Tally Ho, which was at the corner of Naaman's and Concord Pike. And I worked as a busboy there for Gray Magnus when he owned it. Our Tallyville Fire Company. Our Welcome to Delaware sign. These cars are going back to 1931 when this was a Concord Turnpike and you had to pay a fee to go on the Turnpike. El Capitan is now where we have the Howard Johnson's, which then became Hollywood Grill. Of course, we have Hadfield's Farmers Market, which has unfortunately closed up. Wilmington Dry Goods, which my family and I shopped. My parents and grandparents had a restaurant, delicatessen, which became Camille's, but it was Rubens at the time on 7th Street, so going back to 1882. The Blue Rocks are here. Here's the Arden Sub Shop, and many a time we would go there and get our subs as kids. Of course, this is construction. John Wanamaker. It was the nicest building of its kind back in the day, and that's where all our parents took us to get our first suit, whether we wanted to wear it or not. Who's your customer base?
We work for architects and engineers and contractors, as well as anybody that owns a facility. So colleges and universities, healthcare customers, pharmaceuticals, DuPont.
So I'm not DuPont or AstraZeneca. Would I have a reason to come and take advantage of your services?
Sure. If you needed a drawing done, if you wanted to have an addition done to your home, if you needed some photocopies made.
Very nice.
We do everything from little, very small jobs to very large jobs.
Okay, and now we're going to go upstairs and take a look at a very special roof.
Wow.
On our way to the roof, we have this computer-generated aerial of what the roof was going to look like. Not only the solar panels, but notice the little garden that we're going to be visiting, and we'll go out there and see what it looks like now. Okay. Shall we?
Yes, we shall.
Okay. Permission to come aboard, sir.
Permission grant. Thank you.
I'd rather ask for forgiveness than permission.
So first, before we see the solar cells, you've got a green roof. And what does it do, and what do you have here?
Well, the green roof in general helps with the heat island effect. So if you have a typical black roof and the sun shines on, it generates more heat than you want. So the green roof helps to reduce the heat island effect, but it also helps reduce the rainwater runoff.
Look at it while you're talking.
Helps reduce the rainwater runoff from the roof. So these actually collect some of the water from the rain.
Okay, so where are we now?
We're on the roof of Brandywine CAD. We replaced our original roof with a white roof to help, again, reduce the heat island effect. And we installed these solar panels, which were all sourced from local Delaware contractors and manufacturers.
Does it require any maintenance?
No, these panels are maintenance free. They have a 20-year guarantee, and they produce 29 kilowatts of power, which is a little bit more than half the power that we need on a regular day.
So how long does it take for you to recoup your initial investment?
This return on this investment was within a year.
Wonderful.
Wow. At the time of the purchase, there was some incentives through
Tax
the government.
credits, yes.
Yes, and low interest loan, and the SROs.
Wonderful. So now we're going to just go downstairs and conclude our session. Just a minute. So, Laura, we're looking at a very healthy garden. I don't normally see gardens like this at a business. Why?
We actually had parking space here, and
Yes.
we tore it up. Existing parking, had it dug up to make an organic vegetable garden. It is planted and cared for by our employees, and this is actually all part of our initiative to be a LEED certified building.
And what LEED certification do you have?
We're in the process of applying for platinum.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And what does our garden consist of?
Oh, our garden consists of tomatoes, lettuce, various sorts of lettuce,
Why don't you?
peppers,
Yes.
squash, zucchini, eggplant, a little bit of everything.
Wonderful.
And you can see in the back there, we also compost, which goes into the garden to make leaf dirt.
So what are we looking at now?
So this is our rainwater harvesting system. So this collects the rainwater from the roof
Yes.
and collects it into these tanks, and it gets pumped into our mechanical room
I see.
where the water gets filtered, and we use it to flush our toilets.
Wonderful. And of course, we have another array of vegetation. Looks like
Blackberries, raspberries, tomatoes, and beautiful flowers.
wonderful. And then also you pipe natural light into your building as well.
That's correct.
Let's go take a look at that. Well, here we are. And what are these pipes?
So these ducts actually bring the natural light from a dome on the roof down into an interior room. It's amazing how much light it actually brings into the room.
Who would think? And of course, this helps not only with the mood, but the health of and vitality and sustainability of your building.
That's correct.
Very good.
And reduces energy.
So many different ways we win.
That's right.
I'd like to thank Jeff and Laura for giving us a tour of Brandywine CAD on our Concord Pike tour. And each day they have a different slogan. Let's finish our thank you by reading Mother Teresa. The world is full of good people. If you can't find one, be one. Till next time, Bob Weiner.